Here to give you a demonstration of how to make masala chai. Now, chai, of course, for most people understand is tea. In Hindi, it means tea, but maybe most people are not familiar with the masala part. In fact, masala chai has been around for centuries. In fact, before the British came, but the difference is it was made as like a helpful health elixir, and so a lot of the same ingredients you see in our demonstration was there in the past, but the only difference was the British, when they came here, they brought black tea, and black tea was expensive, so they put a little bit at a time and then ended up making the current version of masala chai. Anyway, of course, we didn't. The Indians didn't have their own Boston Tea Party. Maybe too many Texas. But one difference between us and I'm sorry, the us here as Americans versus the Indians is we had a Revolutionary War and threw some tea out in the Boston Harbor. So, but anyway, just to kind of give you an understanding, if most of you were prepared, you should have in your set of ingredients some cloves, some ginger, some cinnamon, and some cardamom. And so I'm going to combine all those except for the ginger part, and then kind of steep them, and then add the black tea, add the ginger, and then add the milk. Now we did put milk in this, but if you are lactose intolerant, there are of course alternatives that you can use. You can use oat milk or almond milk or any of these other kind of things. So anyway, let's step into the kitchen and we will make some chai tea. So, oh, I'm sorry, masala chai. These things. So anyway, let's go and hang out by the stove and make some chai. All right, here we are in front of the stove. My lovely assistant here is recording for me, so uh, this makes it a lot easier than when I did this last year. So, but here we are at the stove, and as you can see, we have the water is boiling. So the first thing I like to do is, so here are my ingredients for masala chai. So we have some cardamoms, and we have a stick of cinnamon and some cloves. And it's probably important not to have too many cloves; they can really overwhelm. And then of course I got some peppercorns, and of course ginger. If it's like winter and it's cold, I like to put a whole bunch more of these peppercorns because it's gives you a great peppery taste, and it's just warm, especially if you got a cold and a sore throat. You put some of those, guarantee it's going to be amazing. Feels amazing to go on your throat. So I have a mortar and pestle, and I will say that um, I like using a mortar and pestle, but you don't have to do that. In fact, if you just have powdered ingredients of most of this, you could do that. For cardamom, it's probably hard to find, but you could use maybe one of those coffee grinders or something like that, and that works in a pinch too. Or if you don't have any of these, you could, and you just want to scale it down, you could just put the black pepper and cinnamon and ginger, and that works just as great. So there's so many variations in making things. Everything is really up to your taste. There's no wrong way to make it. So that's kind of what it is. So we're gonna start with this, and the way I'm gonna show this. So here's my little
thing. I'm just gonna grind this up like this, and like that. Again, a little skateboarders there, and voila. So that's kind of what it looks like. And I'm gonna put it in here like this. And I actually have a have uh, I, I unfortunately I don't have my little grinder thing for the ginger. Uh, so so I'm going to make in a pinch. I am going to take this. I'm going to cut a little bit of it here, like that, and you can put as much or as little as you like. And the point here is to distress the ginger enough so that you can. I'm going to use this one instead. Dry ingredients in one and wet ingredients the other. So I'll just do this. And as you can see, you just do that, and then a lot of times I grate it, but this works too. This works just as well. So I like to keep this as simmering, and so I'm going to raise the temperature of this a little bit, like that. My plan here is to do the recording and then show up live and to answer any questions that you might have. As you can see, um, it's kind of heating up a bit here. I like to keep them steeping for a little longer, but um, let's. I'm going to get back to you in about 5 minutes. Let them steep before I add the black tea. Okay, we're back. And so the magic of whatever, right? So as you can see, it's been boiling for a while. And so I am going to put in my tea. This is about 2 teaspoons of tea. And we use black tea. Um, you could do rubus, I guess. That's another one if you want to use that. If you don't want to do caffeine, so a caffeine-free version, you can use rubus. So you put that in there, and then you just sort of let that steep. I would say about 5 minutes of steeping, and we should be good. So we'll let that go for a little bit, and uh, I'm going to just go ahead and put my sugar. Now, I I'm trying to avoid real sugar, so I'm using organic monk fruit sweetener, but you can use stevia, you can use anything you like, or you can, if you don't like sugar at all, you don't put any sugar, right? So a lot of people, it's whatever to your taste. So I am going to guess about 2 teaspoons or so of that. And so then we will um, go ahead and mix it a little bit. And now I'm going to put the milk. Uh, Give it a shake. I guess this is actually raw milk, uh, not your homogenized one. And gonna go ahead and I usually do uh, like if I'm doing 1 cup of water, I put 1 cup of milk, sort of 1-to-1 ratio. But again, everything's to your taste. So I did not actually measure this, so I am just going to go by color. So some people they really like based on color. They like some folks really like a dark color when they do that, and but um, sometimes that happens for me. Other times it doesn't. So, but as you can see, it's pretty much done because I already did most of the steeping. So uh, I'm gonna maybe just a little bit longer, and then I'm going to get a strainer and uh, and we'll get that going in a bit. So I'm going to go and get myself a tea like this. And then turn this up. Now, I used loose leaf tea for this, but you could just put in tea bags, and so you don't have to do all. You still need a strainer because you put in a lot of other ingredients. But if you don't want to deal with all that loose leaf, you can actually just get some tea bags, and then it's a lot less messier. So now I pour that in. Okay. As you can see, you can get that really nice color, and I'm gonna I'm gonna drink it. So I hope you like this presentation. It's really simple to make, and again, there's so many variations. And in fact, every family has a different way they make their tea. So uh, whether you do it masala tea, some folks, they just use ginger and black tea and milk, or sugar or without sugar in a pinch, or some people just use cardamoms. It's whatever you like. But true masala tea though has all these ingredients with the pepper, and that's what makes it masala. So here we go. It is actually fantastic. I'm not lying. So anyway, I hope you like the presentation, and if you have any questions, I will be online to answer them.